Okay. So, welcome to September's All Consultant Zoom. We have, please mute yourself when you're coming in. We have Ms. Shauna Davis coming to give you guys all the fire. This girl is one of my favorites. She, hold on, I'm gonna mute all. Okay. She is like the perfect mixture of sweetness and a hard ass. She is like the excuse busting queen. There is no excuses, and I love it. That is my cup of tea. And yeah, you can go ahead, Shauna. Let me mute myself too.
I was muted there for a second. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Emily, for that intro. I am super honored to be here with you guys tonight. Like Emily said, my name is Shauna Davis. And first, I want to just thank April and Emily for having me, and thank all of you guys for being here, for showing up. Please take time to celebrate yourselves, because it's a huge deal for you to show up for your business tonight to learn. So if you don't know me, I am super passionate about all things excuse busting, mindset, and the things that we tell ourselves. And I'm going to start this off by saying that everything that I am going to throw at you tonight comes out of love and a true passion for, and genuinely wanting to see each and every single person that I come in contact with to live up to their full potential and start living out their dreams and reaching their goals, because so many of us are not. And I'm someone that doesn't mind saying the hard things. We all need to hear it from time to time. And those hard conversations and those things that we don't want to always hear and admit to ourselves are the things that can create the change that you desire. For me, they've been the things, those hard conversations have been the things that created change within me and in my business and in my life. So let me start by saying this. You already have within you everything that you need to be successful, everything. And all of our views on success is different because we want different things out of life, right? And that's okay. As long as you are meeting the goals that you have and living out your dreams, that's all that matters, okay? But let me ask you this. Are you? Are you living your best life? Are you reaching the goals that you set for yourself? Are the things that you lay in bed at night dreaming about, are they your reality? Or are you still dreaming about the same things you were dreaming about 5 years ago? Are you financially hurting? Are you making the same goals every January that you made the year before and the year before? Are you where you want to be in this life and business? Okay. I promise you, you have everything that you need right now to reach your goals. And you don't need like new tips, new tricks, none of that, okay? You've heard them all before, and you've probably heard them multiple times, whether that be on a team training call like this, on your team pages, at World Tour, at SFR, maybe you've read it in a book, on an all consultant training call that Cincy does, or even on YouTube, right? And you've probably heard those tips and tricks multiple times, but there's something that is keeping you from taking those things and moving forward. And I'm going to share 10 things. There's many of them, okay? But I'm going to share 10 of the things that I find that hold most people back, and what may be keeping you from actually growing in your business and having the success that you want to see in your life, okay? Because these are some of the things that used to hold me back, and that's why I speak on them, okay? And
Shauna,
yes.
I'm so sorry. Can I interrupt for just a second? I want to challenge you guys to grab a pen and paper and write these 10 things down that she's getting ready to share with us.
Okay. So, and some of these may not be for you. They may not pertain to you, but maybe they pertain to somebody in your team. And if you're a leader, these things may help you help them or guide them to overcome the things that may be holding them back. Okay. And I can guarantee you at least one of these is going to strike a nerve with you, because it's going to connect with you, and it's going to be it's going to be true to your situation. And I will go as far to say at least half of them will be. Okay. So first thing is, you're blaming others and circumstances for your lack of growth. Okay. I know blaming others is the easiest thing to do, right? We've been doing it since we were little. And we blame others and situations because we don't want to look at ourselves. It's the easiest thing to do. Okay. Is to blame others. We have to stop blaming ourselves and our circumstances for why we aren't where we want to be, because we control our life. Everything that happens or that we want, we control. And we have to start taking ownership of our own actions, or lack thereof for some, to be able to see the progress that we want. Okay. No matter your circumstances, you control your actions. Okay. And so you have to stop looking for reasons why it's not your fault as to why you haven't got that party, got that recruit, promoted to the next level, earned that incentive, lost the 20 pounds that you wanted to do, whatever it may be. Okay. And you have to start looking at yourself and asking, what am I doing to get those parties? What am I doing to get that new teammate? What am I doing to promote? And stop waiting for your sponsor, your director, or your SSD to save your business. Okay. What are you doing to create the change that you seek? Okay. So you have to stop blaming others and take ownership. Next is number 2, you are worrying about what others think of you and what you're doing. Okay. You're worried about if people are, what they're going to say about what you're posting on social media. You're worried about what people will think if you reach out and share a product with them that you think that they may need in their life. You are worried that you're bugging someone if you're sharing this opportunity with them and asking them to join your team because you know that they're financially struggling. Okay. Do you know that you could literally change somebody's entire life if you stop worrying about if they're going to say no to you or what they will think of you if you ask them to join your team? Like, who asked you? Has your life changed because they asked you? Many of you are being selfish right now with this opportunity because you're worried about what somebody else is going to think of you. Okay. You don't have a problem sharing that Starbucks that you drink every day. You don't have a problem sharing that sale on them shoes that you scored. You don't have a problem sharing the latest drama with the Kardashians and all this stuff, right? You talk and share things all the time. So why do you care what people think about you posting about an opportunity and a product that has changed your life? Okay. Stop worrying about what people think. Number 4, you feed your distractions. And there are tons of things that distract us from our everyday life, especially, or distract us in everyday life, especially if you're a parent. So as parents, we're pulled left and right and up and down, all different directions, right? Or maybe you work outside the home and your job is very demanding of your time. So when I feel that I'm bouncing from thing to thing to thing to thing and never fully achieving something, I have to stop. I have to reset myself. I have to ground myself, and I have to breathe, and I have to look again at my goals and focus on one thing. Okay. One thing. So when I feel like I'm being pulled every direction, I have to stop, breathe, and focus on one thing until I get it done, because your productivity will increase when you focus on one thing until that task is done. Okay. And I'm going to just say this, you may not like it, but if you have time to scroll Facebook, watch Instagram Reels, Netflix and chill and all the things, baby, you got time to work your business, okay? You have time to work towards those goals that you set for yourself. Number 5 is you feel everything needs to be perfect before you can take action. This is for all of my perfectionists, okay? Trying to be perfect will keep you stagnant, okay? You will waste lots of time trying to get that flyer perfect, trying to get that follow-up message perfect, trying to make that reel perfect or that post perfect, okay? You have to focus more on being productive and not perfect, okay? Trying to be perfect and get everything perfect is just a form of procrastination, okay? And y'all know procrastination does not produce results. So if you want to see growth, you have to start doing. You have to take action. You have to get out of this mode of inaction, okay? And I know that a lot of the action that we are required to take in this business are out of a lot of our comfort zones. I have had to do a lot of things outside of my comfort zone, this being one of them, okay? I still get nervous. I'm sweating bullets over here, but this creates growth each time that I do it. Each time that I show up to lead a training, and do things that are outside of my comfort zone, I build confidence in myself and my abilities, okay? So you have to stop planning and trying to get everything perfect and just start doing. It's that simple, okay? When you do, your confidence is going to build and that self-esteem is going to grow, okay? And I'm gonna touch on self-esteem really quickly. So, because this is something that holds a lot of people back. And it's because you were told once that you suck, that you're sorry, that you can't do something. You were told all of these negative things and you've held on to them. So they've made you feel less about yourself, okay? You got to let that go, okay? And the more that you start doing the things that you tell yourself that you are going to do, the more confidence you'll build, which will make you take action, okay? Number 6 is you're not educating yourself. All of you are, you're here. So, but you have to continue to show up to trainings. Even myself, I know April does, I know Emily does, even at this level, we continue to show up to learn because we know that the learning never stops. If you stop learning, you stop growing, okay? Successful people show up, and not just in this type of business, okay? They seek to learn as much as they can and as often as they can. And great people, successful people, they read, okay? Whether you're actually reading a book or you are listening to audio training or books, knowledge empowers you to dream bigger. And so you've got to make sure that you're showing up to learn, because you'll never get to a point where you don't need to be learning, okay? I find that some leaders get to this stage where they think they know it all. And so they stop showing up to learn, they stop showing up for things, and then guess what happens? Their business goes whoop, because they stopped doing the things that got them to where they are, okay? Number 7. You ain't letting that shit go, pardon my French, meaning you are holding on to your past failures, okay? Who cares if you failed before? Stop wearing that like a honor badge. Like, stop putting it on display that you failed, okay? You took a risk, it didn't work. Kudos to you, because that is what success looks like. Success looks like failing time and time and time again, but always getting back up, always looking for the lesson in that failure. When you look at your failed attempts and how you messed up or what didn't go right, what went wrong, when you start looking at those things and say, okay, this didn't work, what can I learn from it? I'm going to take this lesson and I'm going to let it go. That's when you grow, okay? So you have to let that shit go, okay? You also have to let the negative circle around you go. If they are not building you up, if they do not inspire you, motivate you, encourage you, if they are not cheering loudly for you, Let them go. And I'm just going to be honest and say it. It may be the person sleeping in your bed that you need to let go. Okay. Next, number 8, your goals aren't clear. And this is my favorite to talk about because I don't think we talk about goals being clear in the right way, to where I don't do SMART goals. I don't talk about SMART goals. I think SMART goals are stupid to an extent because it's not that you need a SMART goal. You need a clear no option but goal. And what a no option but goal is one where I have no option but to have success in this or else. I have no option but to do this or this is not going to happen. So for me, my no option but is I never, ever want to go back to poverty, ever. I don't ever want to live that paycheck to paycheck life again. I've been there, done that, hated it, don't recommend it. I don't want to go back to that. I have no option but to continue to show up, continue to work, continue to learn and grow so that I don't find myself like so many others who stop learning and growing and they've fallen back. I don't want to be there again. It's not fun to have to tell your kids you can't do something. It's hard to scrounge to figure out how you're going to feed your family. It is hard to be robbing Peter to pay Paul and have debt out the cazoos. It's hard to not know if you're going to need to go shake a little something on a post somewhere. What's the new app that people be on? Oh, sorry. Putting feet in peanut butter, shake a little booty on, whatever that app is. Like it's hard to be in those moments where you are so financially hurting that you can't live out your basic needs. I don't ever want to go to that. It's not fun. Okay. I never want to be dependent on someone financially because that dependency keeps people in situations they don't want to be in. And I'm speaking to all the women here, fellas. I'm sorry if you're here too. I don't know. I can't see everybody, but there's a lot of women in relationships right now because they financially don't feel that they can leave. I've been there. I don't ever want to be there again. Okay. I also have a whole lot of people to continue to prove wrong, y'all. I have people that want to see me fail, and I'd be danged if I let that happen. Okay. I will not give anybody that satisfaction. Those are my no option buts. What are yours? Or do you have goals like everybody, like most of the people I mentor is like, I want to make more money, or I want to make a car payment, or I just want to have friends. Okay. Those are cool. But what's the no option but tied to it? Okay. Because that no option but is going to be the thing that gets you up and moving and doing the things on the hard days when you don't want to work. Okay. And so many people think in this business that they have a consistency problem. They think that if they're just a little bit more consistent in their business, that they'll have all the success. But let me debunk that. You don't have a consistency problem. I'm going to prove it to you. Okay. How many have kids? You cook for them daily? You change the diaper daily? Wash the booty daily? You do laundry weekly? You clean up daily? You make their lunches? What about those who work outside of the home? Who has a typical 9 to 5? You go to work every day. How long have you been going to that job? Years, probably, right? See, you don't have a consistency problem. You have I don't have a no option but goal problem, okay? Because you show up for your kids because you have no option but. You have no option but to go to that job that you may not like every day because that job is putting a roof over your head and food in your bellies, right? So you have to make, if you want to change your circumstances, if your goal is to be more financially stable, this business can take you there, but you have to have a no option button. It needs to be clear and tied to something that matters to you. Okay. And that was number 8. Number 9 is, well, I guess consistency was number 9. You don't have a consistency, kind of 8 and 9 go together. Number 10 is the biggest one, I think, on this list, and it's your self-doubt and what you tell yourself. It's what we tell ourselves to be true about ourselves and our capabilities is the biggest dream killer ever. Okay. You have to believe that you deserve what you want. You have to believe that you can achieve it. You have to believe that if you don't know what you need to know, that you can learn what you need to know to grow. Okay. So what do you tell yourself to be true about what you can do in this business or what this business can be for you? Do you tell yourself that you suck at this? Do you tell yourself that you're not like your SSDs and you can never get to that level? Do you tell yourself that no one wants to buy from you, that you suck at recruiting, that nobody wants to join your team, that nobody wants to buy from you? Or maybe you tell yourself deeper things than that, that you're not smart enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you don't look a certain way, so you can't do this, or your house may be not up to whatever other people's may be. Are you telling yourself that you're not a good leader or that you just don't know enough? So I want somebody, at least 2 people, to be brave. Oh, and I just lost y'all. Where did I go? I want 2 to 3 people to be brave if we have time. And I want you to tell me, like, unmute yourself and tell me what it is that you tell yourself. What are the negative things that you tell yourself?
Well, I'll go ahead and say something because I don't know. I'll break the ice for them. What you just said about the house thing is something that I do myself. Like, I feel like my house is not Instagram worthy. I actually think I said that in one of my Instagram stories the other day. So I don't show my house very often because I feel like it's not as cute as other people's.
My appearance, because I feel like I look like a mom bee every day.
Anybody else? I tell myself I can't. Oh, where's the comments? Hold on, let me pull up the comments. Sammy says, I tell myself I can't do it because I'm not perfect enough to do the things. I don't think my house is good enough. All of these things, like all of these negative, okay? Would you tell someone you love that you're not pretty enough or that your appearance is not good enough? Would you tell somebody else, a teammate or a loved one, that their house is not up to par, so they shouldn't post anything? They should be ashamed of it? Would you tell someone else that they're not smart enough or that they're not a good enough leader? No, right? We wouldn't say those hurtful things to somebody else, right? Probably not even our worst enemy. So why are you saying them to yourself? The things you say to yourself have power. Because what you tell yourself here, you speak out loud. And what you speak out loud becomes your actions. So if you're telling yourself that you can't do something because of all of those negative reasons, your actions are going to reflect that. So if you say you're not a good leader, you're not going to do the things to become a good leader. You're not going to do things that good leaders do. If you tell yourself that nobody wants to join your team, you've made up your mind, and everybody else is. So you're not going to have those recruiting conversations. You're not going to share this blessing with other people. If you tell yourself that, or compare yourself, that should have been one of the reasons on here. So we'll make that number 9 since I skipped over 9, is comparing yourself to other people. We all do it. It's natural, but that's keeping you from reaching your goals because you're so fixated on need and everything. Here we go, back to perfect, right? All these go together. You're so fixated on it needing to be perfect, it needing to be like somebody else's. Stop all that. Start telling yourself all the reasons you can do this. Speak positivity into your life and stop comparing your true, authentic, raw self to somebody else. Okay. Show up as you, because what do we tell people all the time? People buy from you. They don't buy from Cincy. They are buying because they know, like, and trust you. And they want to see you in all the hot messness. Okay. I did a party the other night. If you don't know, I just bought a house and just moved in. There are boxes everywhere. I have like 7 remodeling projects going on. My house is a disaster. And I went live and I had boxes everywhere. I have literally in front of me, there are tubes of paintable caulk and tools, and it's just a madhouse. And one of my teammates made the comment, like, I could never go live with my house looking like that. Why? It's real. It's authentic. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm still showing up for me because this is my life right now. And if we always portray this perfectness, then there's people like who I was who will think, oh, I can't do that because I'd have to be perfect too, or I'd have to look a certain way, or I'd have to have leadership skills already, or I'd have to know all the people and have this big old following. Okay, we have to start focusing on what we tell ourselves, because that is the main thing, I believe, that keeps people where they are. It keeps them from growing. It's the narrative that we tell ourselves, okay? And we wouldn't tell those negative, hurtful things to anybody else. So we have to stop telling ourselves that, okay? There's only one person holding you back, and it's you, okay? Just like it's me. When I don't reach certain things, it's because of something I did or something that I didn't do, okay? Nothing else. I own it, okay? So how you see yourself, what you believe to be true about yourself, the actions that you don't take, the comparing that you do, the blaming others instead of taking ownership of where you are, the lack of showing up, which y'all are not lacking that, you're here. When you feed your distractions, when you don't have a clear no option but goal, when there's no passion behind those dreams and goals that you have, when you feel that everything needs to be perfect, when you stay focused on your past failures and the things that you're not good at, when you stay within your comfort zone, when you keep feeling like you need validation from others, when your circle ain't right, okay? Those are the things that get in your way. And they all are things that you can control, okay? You have to believe in yourself. I believe in you. And I know your leaders do as well. And so I hope that you take some time after this and really reflect and ask yourself, what's holding me back? Is it any of these things that you heard tonight? Maybe it's something else. And then I want you to work to change it, because you control it. Okay. You control it. And just always remember, because I'm done here, that nothing changes if nothing changes.
Girl, you have me like literally about to cry. I have freaking goosebumps all over. This is why I told y'all she is legit one of my favorite people in the Cincy world.
Love you.
I love you. I love the bluntness. It's my favorite. I don't like the sugarcoating. And like you say it in such a sweet way though. Like that's what's so great about. Like you're not mean at all.
It's crazy because I have had to learn through just experience of coming into leadership that I can put a little sugar on things, and I don't have to always be like, but I can still, even though the message is kind of, it can come off a little softer. And that's something I've learned because I haven't always been that way. There was a time where, don't come at me with you crazy. I mean, I'm crazy because I will shut it down, because so many of us have, I mean, we just tell ourselves all of these things, and it really is what is hindering success.
Somebody wants to know if you can repeat number 3.
Let me pull up mine. Oh, actually,
Feeding your distractions.
Here, I'll go through them again. 1, you're blaming others for your lack of growth. Number 2 is you are worrying, or you are worrying about what others think. Hold on, my paper. I don't have a number 3. Maybe I got off numbers. Next one is you feed distractions. Then you feel everything needs to be perfect and you don't take action. And then the next one is you're not educating yourself. Next one is you ain't letting that shit go, meaning you're holding on to your past failures, you're holding on to relationships and circles that don't serve you. Next one is your goals aren't clear, you don't have a no option but. And I talked about and comparing yourselves. I just didn't put those as numbers. And then what you tell yourself. Self-doubt and what you tell yourself.
So dang good. Like literally so dang good. One of my favorite calls I think we've ever done.
I think even us as leaders need these reminders too, because nobody's perfect and we all do these things. Mm-hmm. At some point, somewhere down the line, somewhere in your journey, all of these are going to come in somewhere.
I know I sure do.
And it's like it's a daily reminder, you know, it's constantly reminding yourself of all the positives that you are, because we get in our head. It's easy to get in your head, especially if you're on social media. The comparing, it's huge, you know. You see all of these people doing all these lavish things, but we constantly hear, don't compare your journey to somebody's highlight reel. But it's hard. It is hard not to do. And so it's something that you have to work on and focus and tell yourself, I need to as in my own lane, you know, and just show up as you. Like there's a lot of people that don't like me. And I used to care. But then I learned that not everybody is supposed to like me. Not everybody has good taste, okay? Everybody has good taste. And a lot of it is perception on who you are. And people perceive you how they see themselves, if that kind of makes sense. Like, or there's something within them that you being you triggers that they don't like about themselves. And so that's when that they don't like you. There's a lot of people in business that don't think that I should be posting my showing a little cheek every now and then because I'm a business owner. You know how many people connect with me on that? A lot. And so I really just had to learn along the way that not everybody's gonna like me, and that's okay. I'm here for the people that do and that will, and the future people, like my people, the people that I will connect with. And it's okay that everybody doesn't like you either. Like if you're liked by everybody,
you're faked.
You're not living out our core value of authenticity. Okay, because not everybody is supposed to like you, and that's okay.
again, we all need these reminders. So
I was gonna say, like, she's even giving golden nuggets in her little afterthoughts. Like, this isn't even planned. This is just afterthoughts.
it's fire.
It's just something like over the, and I'll give a little backstory. The reason why I am so passionate about like self-love, what you tell yourself, mindset, and really just falling into who you are is because about, when was the last SFR? Not this one, the one for it, 2019?
Yeah, Austin.
I got hit with a in my business, in my leadership. And because I was trying to please everyone. I was trying to be everything for everybody. And I got away from who I was as a person, who I was that built the business to where I had gotten it to that moment. I was so worried about everybody liking me and wanting me, I guess, and it's not wanting me like on a, sexual level, but, like needing me, I guess, in leadership. And it destroyed me when certain things happened. And I fell back into a not so pretty place. And I questioned everything that I was doing, that I was saying, who I was. Like, I lost myself trying to please and be everything for everybody else, that I had to have with some of my mentors. And this is why I say your circle matters, is because they were like, Shauna, why are you out here trying to please everybody? Show up as who you are. And so I did a lot of self-reflection, because I believe you have to self-reflect and you have to look at yourself. And I'm looking for a book because I pulled it out because I was going to share this. You have to look at yourself if you're going to grow. And I said that in the beginning, you can't blame others. And so I really had to look at myself and find myself again and find out who I was, what I liked to do, what I enjoyed, and do more of that. And in that journey, I came across this book called the Self-Love Workbook for Women. Okay. I'm sure this can work for anybody. I don't know if we have any guys on here, but it's basically it says release self-doubt, build self-compassion, and embrace who you are. This book has not only changed my life, but it has changed many others who I've shared it with. Something I shared at my last retreat that I did. And so you can get it on Amazon. And if you're really, if you find that you're doing a lot of negative self-talk to yourself, believe in all the negative that people say and say to you or about you, and you don't believe all of the positive things. Oh, she says, I miss your black and red hair. This is only temporary, y'all. This is only temporary. I miss my two-tone hair too. But this book will change your life if you are honest with yourself. Because I think that's where a lot of people, not just in business, but in life in general, they don't grow because they're not honest. They're not honest with themselves about where they are and what they're doing or not doing. And so this book really helped me. And if you read it, I hope that it helps you as well. But that's where those past situations are what molded me to who I am now and why I am the way I am and why I'm so passionate about goals, dreams, mindset, self-love, all of the things.
I just added that to my cart on Amazon.
It's a good workbook, but you have to be honest with yourself while doing it.
Anybody else have any questions? Oh, somebody else said they have that workbook.
It's a good one.
Thank you, Shauna. That was everything that we all needed, and everyone that's going to watch the recording too. So it was perfect.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. It was seriously so good. I shared a little clip of you talking on Instagram and tagged you.
Thank you.
If you guys are still on here, stick around.
Hold on. Don't leave, Shauna. I need to take a picture. Hold on.
And everybody else, if you're still on here, stick around. We're going to do a little giveaway at the end.
Everybody turn your camera on real quick. Please and thank you. Let me see.
Hold on. Getting there.
All right.
Turn your cameras on and smile.
Smile big. All right, hold on.
Come on, go to the next page.
Listen, we have 3 pages. Smile. All right, one more time. Smile. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Shauna. We appreciate you so much.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you. All right, everyone else, stay on.